and BJP government speaks about the greatness of the scepter, Sengol. It has been installed in the parliament, parliament beside the and the speaker of that Lok Sabha. But Shakespeare, during this 16th century, is mentioned about that. What is that more powerful? They think that scepter and the Sengoli is that the king who possesses the scepter in his hand, as well as to possess a crown on their head, in their head. These are that the most powerful things in this world. But these things are not powerful. It has been proved by this great writing of this the poem extracted from this uh, uh, Merchant of Merchant of Venice, the speech given by Portia in the court to save the Antonio's life. Antonio's life, written by William Shakespeare. Because the mercy is that most powerful thing in the than the crown and scepter. The crown and scepter shows the temporal power, but mercy is that permanent power. The mercy should be keep in the mind and heart of the ruler, like Prime Minister of India, or any world, or a president or Prime Minister, a ruler of that any part. They must keep mercy in their heart and mind. It is mercy is that the permanent things, it cannot be altered, it cannot be changed. If any man keep mercy in their heart and mind, they might be considered as a god, considered as a god. Even that Jesus Christ or Muhammad Prophet and Mother Teresa and Mother Teresa in Mahatma Gandhi's and many more people keep mercy, and Dr. Ambedkar is also worshipped as a god because he shows mercy upon that and the poor people. So the mercy is that above the powerful, above all in this world. So what is that? It cannot be, the quality of mercy is not strained. It is not compelled. Strained means we cannot bring or make mercy in the heart of ruler and also or anybody's and authorities. It should be comes as a gentle rain from the heaven, spontaneously, automatically. It should be occur in that heart and mind of the ruler is more important. And the quality of mercy is not strained, it droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It twice blessed upon the beneath place twice, and the ruler must show their mercy, but is upon not beneath, above the place. The mercy is and shows upon the place above, and opposite things is happening. It is twice blessed. It is twice blessed. The mercy has the power to and bless the two person, but scepter is bless only one person, the giver only, installer only, and regarding for this. But mercy twice, mercy it twice blessed. It blessed him that gives and him that takes. It is mightiest in the mightiest. So mercy is that mightiest one, and mightiest in the, if you say anything is mightiest thing in this world, and than that mightiest things, the mercy is the mightiest thing than that mightiest thing of this world. So it becomes throned monarch better than his crown. Instead of giving that crown made out of precious metal and stones and gems, then keep that mercy in the heart of that monarch. But who is a monarch? And Prime Minister Narendra Modi is a monarch. and MK Stalin and many more chief minister of all other state. They now recently sworn as an chief minister of and Karnataka, Siddaramaya, and Telangana Rajashekhar Rao and Jagan Mohan, and also Narayana Vijay. All these people are considered as a monarch. They must keep uh, better than mercy keep better the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows that force of temporal power. Without knowing this line, people used to say like this: scepter is the most powerful one. They think that mercy is the most powerful one. Than that scepter, scepter na sengol. Shows that the force of temporal power only 5 years or 10 years or 20 years or 50 years, but mercy is that we cannot measure the period of that power that is immortal power, but a scepter shows only that temporal power. So the attribute to awe and majesty, attribute to awe and majesty, the attribute, but we should not threaten others. The majesty should not force or give and threaten the people with the temporal power, scepter, and also the crown, and wherein doth sit dread and fear of the king. Fear of the king. If anybody is possessed a crown in their head, scepter in their hand, and they all the people get fear about that with that person because of their awe and majesty, death, and treat with fear of the king. All the people afraid to move with that prime minister and chief minister and many more things. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. But mercy is that and is above this sceptred sway. Scepter means on the sengol, that is shows that and greater than that crown and that and scepters. It is enthroned in the heart of the king. If that king possess that mercy in their heart, it is an attribute to God Himself. He become that king and he become like a God Himself in this world, just like Jesus Christ, just like Buddha, just like Mother Teresa, just like and even Mahatma Gandhi also worshipped as a god inside that Kantiniketan ashram, and also this Ambedkar worshipped as a god in the Maharashtra and many more places. It is an attribute to God Himself. If you want to become a God, means if you have and mercy in our heart and mind, if you shows that upon the beneath means the poor people, innocent people, and also the very weak people, the oppressed people, depressed people. If you shows mercy upon the people, you will be worshipped as a god. You will raise your level as a god himself in this earthly life. And earthly power doth then shows like God. If you are during your period, even why we are speaking about that the king of Asoka and also the king of any other people, because they their earthly power doth that shows like a God. They lived like a God because God shows mercy upon all other people without any discrimination, without cynicism, and he has given lot of important when mercy sees and justice. At the time of justice, we have to give mercy, shows mercy upon that person means you will be treated as a god. That is your earthly power doth then shows like a God when mercy sees and justice. William Shakespeare, it is an sonnet, 14-lined poem which was written by William Shakespeare. It has been taken from that complete work of William Shakespeare and Barnes Noble Collection Classic Omnibus Edition. The complete work of Shakespeare is nothing but the 37 plays, 154 sonnet and 2 poems, Venus and Adonis are like this. From that it is taken to this. Once again, I would like to read this poem. Read this poem, The Quality of Mercy. The quality of mercy is not strained, it droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven. Upon the place beneath it, it is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. It is mightiest in the mightiest. Scepter is not mightiest of this mightiest, and crown is not mightiest of the mightiest. But mercy is that mightiest in that mightiest. It becomes that throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit and tread and fear of the king. But mercy is above this scepter's sway. It is enthroned in the heart of the king. It is an attribute to God Himself. God Himself. An earthly power doth then shows likest God. Unless the people will, if, without mercy, if you rule the country means, and the likest an earthly power doth then shows likest Satan and member of the Satan. When so try to keep the mercy upon and above the people, beneath the people. That is more important. When mercy sees and justice, and it's a very good, nice. The poem which is prescribed to all the school children and school college student and also BA English student. This 14 line and used to give. When mercy is there, no war. When mercy is in the heart of the king, there is no famine, there is no unemployment, there is no and epidemic or anything for this. And that ruler might be worshipped as that the great the king and likest of the god, unless he will be and earthly power doth then shows likest and Satan like Hitler, Adolf Hitler, and who is that non-violent non-violent, and he killed and billions of that and lakhs of that Jews from that soil. He did not give importance for mercy, and he shows important for this and ruthlessness, mercilessness, and non-violence, and because his heart is not decorate or filled with that mercy, and his heart filled with fury and agony, despair, and also and he thought that he is that the ruler of this world, only temporal the period, but who is that president of that German right now, but temporal power, without knowing our position of life, we are all mortal beings, but no one can cross 100 years and nowadays. So and shows that mercy upon all the species of this world, and we have you, the rulers must rule this world or this country with full of mercy, to save the nature, to help the poor people to get the basic fundamental things. That is enough for that. The ruler should not give lot of leniency to that richest person or that billionaires, because unless if they are giving importance to that people, and comfortability and sophistication, means they are not, their earthly power is not than so likest to the god. When mercy sees and justice is that the mightiest things of this world, all the people must show kindness upon that fellow human beings, rather than order, or rather than using the misuse of this their power, that is more important. Mercy, when I look at that suffering people and poor people and sorrow people, and also the future peril of that innocent future generation, they must keep mercy in their heart to become that god in this world. And so the crown is not the powerful one, scepter is not the powerful one, the invisible mercy, because it is the quality of the god, quality of the god, and the nature of that god heart consists a lot of mercy upon these fellow human beings, because then only we are getting daily bread, then only we are living in this world, and then only this earth revolves around the sun as well as revolves itself. But no mercy in that heart of the ruler of this world means the function of the earth will be stopped, and the movement of this earth around the sun is also will be sustained and also stopped. So because of the good function of this earth, and the bright future of this earth, all the rulers must, the pm and president and ministers, cabinet minister, all the pillar of the government must show mercy upon that fellow human beings. That is more important. Even that government employee, they used to get regular salary is minimum 50,000, 40,000, but they used to get as an underhand bribe amount from that daily wages. It is happen in this world out of this mercilessness in their heart, not only for that ruler, all the government employees, the revenue department people, and they used to get money from that, and street vendors and paramble sellers, they used to get money from that person, and daily wages, it is out of mercy only. So the mercy should be and filled in that heart and mind of all the, and well equipped and also well settled people in the state and central government, as well as in that assembly and also parliament and Lok Sabha. These peoples must have that mercy in their heart to increase that and power of that power of the god. So keep that mightiest things and mercy in your heart rather than your crown and scepter. The crown and the scepter is only the temporal and temporary, only 5 years or 10 years, but mercy is that any years to come. But who we know not 2000 years ago, and Jesus was lived, he shows his compassion and accomplished all kinds of and activities and deeds, and to save that sinners. And we are speaking about that, yeah. And even that Buddha is also have that mercy, give up his palace, came out, lived for that and poor people, and he advice, bring out that solution for issue and problem of the people's, like greediness, give up your greediness, and he said like that. Muhammad brought is also settle your salary of that labors before dry the sweat of that people. But nowadays there is a great question mark to get the salary from the, and part salary, equal salary with that employer, means they are accumulating sin in that next birth. You want to become that god, live like a god in this world, means you must keep mercy. That is important from here. Thank you, friend, watching this video. I hope you will. Shall I read once again? The quality of mercy. The quality of mercy is not strained. It traveleth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. Beneath means below. It is twice blessed. The blessed him that gives and him that takes. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It become the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power. Temporal means temporary power. 5 years, 10 years, like that. The attribute to awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the tree, and fear of the king. If no mercy in the heart, if a king have that crown and scepter in their hand, crown on their head means people afraid to go and approach that king. And if the mercy means all the peoples loves very much to go to that king to express their grievances to get the redressal and solve that problems. Where doth sit tread and fear of the king, but mercy is above the scepter's way. It is enthroned in the heart of the king. But who is the king? Now Sarah, Soda, Pandya, Pallavas, no more. Swaji or whatever it may be. But the Charles, James, and many more people. But now that the Prime Minister, Chief Ministers are that doing the activity of that king. So enthroned to the heart of it is enthroned. Such as way it is enthroned in the heart of the king, which is the mercy. Is that it stands for mercy. It is enthroned in the heart of the king. It is an attribute to God Himself. And earthly power doth than show likest God, when mercy sees and justice. Thank you, friends, watching this video.